Hi, you guys. Welcome. This is our last video, I suppose, for the Mr. Farron's Not Just a Hat Rack group. It has been an absolute blast. Parents and the kids, I want to say thank you. It's been a wonderful experience for me, I got to say. Davey and Mrs. Farron and I were just laughing the other day about something. I couldn't believe it. Monday, I think I was accidentally turned while we were reading books together, and I turned to, I think it was Whitney, and I called her Wesley accidentally. And I think it was Tyler. Forgive me if I got this wrong. And Tyler just said with a little twinkle in his eye and a deadpan and dry face, and just sort of said, "You were using it as a hat rack. I guess you were using it as a hat rack." Meaning I wasn't using my brain. So remember, there's a brain inside of here, and we're not going to use these just as a hat rack. And so this is the fun that we've had together. Everything we've learned after the first week or two has been stuff you had in your notebooks that you decided you wanted to learn more about. And for stuff we learned about bees is coming up. So I want to let you know, I think Tyler, you missed this because they pulled you out for something. I don't know what it was, but they pulled you out for something, so you didn't get to see the wasp get roasted by the thermal energy of all those bees when they saved their hive. But we'll show it again. So we'll end next Monday, this coming Monday, which will be our last class. So everybody tell your parents, there'll be regular kindergarten at your regular classes, but this next Monday is the last one. Because I have to be up in the mountains of New Mexico, in Cimarron, New Mexico, up in northern New Mexico, to take my daughter to work in the back country for the rest of the summer, and then we'll tow the Jeep out there, and I'm going to drive back in a little bitty Jeep on the way back without a top, 4 cylinders up the mountains. That should be fun. You guys, here's what we're going to do. Your homework was, if you'll remember, to teach your parents at least 3 fun facts about bees and beehives and bees and colonies, or bees and their fights to survive and wasps. You might remember something about water. You might remember something about how bees protect themselves from wasps. At least these Asian bees have developed a way to do it. Might talk about how many of the bees that are flying around on the flowers, how many are men or boys and how many are girls, how many are male and how many are female, and those kinds of things. How do you make a queen? And we'll reinforce and do a tiny bit of that next time, but you could spend a lot of time learning about bees. And we have a thing called hive collapse disorder. Cool word, hive collapse disorder, where a lot of our bees, because of the pressure from insecticides, from a type of mite, which is a little tiny bug, and from viruses and from attacks by wasps, and just from the way we handle them, we're losing a lot of bees. If we don't have bees, we lose the bees, we lose a lot of things, because they're what goes around and they pollinate our flowers. So remember, teach your parents 3 things about bees. And they're pretty cool. They're the bee's knees, as they say. And then on Monday, bring, if you would, just something like about this size that might be the size of the cardboard of a cereal box or something about 8 by 10 or a little bit bigger, because next time we're going to let you turn yourselves loose. Who doesn't like sugar cubes? There's just something about them. They're kind of cool. You don't have to eat them. You may want to. You got to get permission from your parents first. But we're going to use glue, and we're going to make something out of sugar cubes. And so you're all going to get a couple 100 sugar cubes or so. You're all going to get, who doesn't like colored toothpicks? Colored toothpicks. Going to get marshmallows. And with marshmallows, toothpicks, glue, and maybe a few straws, we're just going to let you build something. We're going to glue it on, and we're going to put it on that base that's cardboard. And so you're going to come, you can do it alone, or you can do it in partners, 2 at a time, whichever way you want to do it. And then you'll be able to take it home, so we'll let it dry that day. And so you need to be thinking with your parents. Do you want to build a shark, out of ice? I don't know if you can, out of cubes, from sugar cubes. Do you want to build a house? Do you want to build a model of your neighborhood, with streets and houses that are the sugar cubes? Do you want to build a bridge and have little columns of sugar cubes, and then put together the straws or something? Do you want to build a tower? See how high you can get sugar cubes and how they can look. Just what do you want to build out of sugar cubes? Sugar cubes, marshmallows, and toothpicks. And we're going to see how cool whatever you do is going to be. And then if it's not too big, if it's not too hard to carry, we'll let you take it home with you. And then, because you guys keep asking for it, and I don't know why you like this so much, we're going to show the chicken suit guy. Remember, that's just a little bit of what's going on, and then it's a battery-powered thing that you use to fly paper airplanes in that video. But you love seeing the chicken suit guy, so we'll show that. And then we'll end our last video of our last thing will be, we'll show the size of the planets relative to the sun and the stars and things, because you just always ask for that, and you just love that so much. So that'll be our last thing. Now, next week, those of you who want to, Mrs. Farron has suggested I bring our horse again, or one of our horses, and so I'll bring Bravo again, who's a horse that really likes kids and likes people and just isn't afraid of a bunch of kids being around him. So that's coming up, but that won't be part of what's going on. But it won't be, the next Monday I'll be on my way to New Mexico, or part way there with my daughter in our pickup, towing our Jeep, so we can leave her in a back country for the rest of the summer, way in the middle of nowhere in Cimarron at Philmont Scout Ranch, working back there. So think about, bring cardboard things, put them in your green bags, and bring your bags, because with your bags you can take this thing home maybe easier. Either we have to set it up straight in the bottom of the bag, or we have to put it to the side. Owen, I believe it's you. Owen, you don't have the brown bag, but you're bringing a special object of mystery or something that's to learn from. And then I forget who was sitting next to you, but you know who you are because you have the brown bag, and you can bring an object of mystery or something cool. So remember, teach your parents at least 3 interesting and fun facts about bees. Remember, they have a symbolic message, communication of dances and waggling and whatnot. Whatever you want to teach them, you teach them about that. We might reinforce a little bit of that, but we're going to spend most of our time building things out of sugar cubes, glue, colored toothpicks. If you want marshmallows, and maybe have some straws, not that many, but straws that you can stick in them, but with the toothpicks and the marshmallows and all that, we'll see what you want to make. It's time to exercise our active creativity. And you guys have been great. And so let's close with this, if you don't mind. Happy trail. Oops, that moved away. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Hey. All right, you guys, it has been a real pleasure being with you. Keep thinking. Remember, this is not just a hat rack. It's their brain pan in there. You got a brain. Got to ask good questions. You got to think about it, and you got to learn. Not be afraid to think deep and search things out. And don't be passive. Don't just look at the internet. There's things inside of books that are amazing, and most of you guys are starting to read chapter books really well. So thanks. Mrs. Farron and I both just love you so much, and it's great to see you. And unfortunately, I'll be at the Boy Scouts National Jamboree, I think. I've been asked to be out there, and so I won't even be at the dance festival. So this is my goodbye this next Monday. But you guys be good. I sure love you, and I expect to see great things about you in the future and what you're learning and doing. Take care.